Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the first day of Do Spaces After School Club. If you did not know, this is going to be running from 3:35 to 4:20 p.m. first, and then the young kids afterwards. So it's both sessions are the same subject, just the later one is a little bit more simplified than the earlier one. Now, if you did not know what the after-school program was, it is a part of our new series that we're doing during the school year. Every day is different. So Monday through Thursday, this is from our website, dospace.org. You go to after school. On our website, you can see that there's 2 different age groups and there's a different thing for every day. So Monday is Design It. I'll go down to the older one because it's more relevant. Tuesday is Code It. Wednesday is Make It. Thursday, Surprise Day. For like the next 6 Thursdays, it's actually art related. Some more art activities. Monday is going to be related to more game development, AR development, VR development. Right, for the first part, it's going to be game development. And there's Code It, and then Make It. Code It for programming, Make It for engineering different projects. When you go through the website and you click on them, you can see all the activities and any prerequisites you need to get a hold of before you start. And if you missed a day, you can always look at the activities archive and watch it. Now, this particular game development one is a 6-part series, no, correct, 7-part series using a website called FlowLab. I'm going to go ahead and let's get started here. So if you have any questions, you can post them right in chat. And I'm going to post a link to the website on chat. It is flowlab.io. It's free. We picked this right here because not everyone has a computer to run like certain software, and not everyone has like $100,000 by a game engine. There are more complex ones that are way more expensive or just more difficult to get a hold of. So we got FlowLab here. So the first thing we need to do is create an account and sign up free on the upper right. Just click sign up free. And then you can create a username, email, password confirmation, say I'm not a robot, and sign up. I'm going to give you guys a few moments to sign up for a little bit. And I'm going to log in right in here. Okay. Resume share. When you log in, you get this page right here. It's like some cool like vaporwave art right here from a jam that's already passed. But right here, it just takes you here into your page of My Games. Now, if you scroll down, you won't have anything here, but I got something here. I want to point out something here. After you create an account, it asks you want a free account or a paid account. Just go ahead and choose free. But there's a thing it talks about how there's only a game limit of 3. And you're worried like, oh, am I only allowed to make 3 games like at all? And I can't make any more than that? Not true. You can just only have 3 saved at a time with their free account. If you've ever done anything with Adobe before, if you tried like Adobe Rush on mobile, it like only lets you create 3 like projects and that's it. Like 3 exports, that's it, nothing more. Well, with FlowLab, it lets you just keep a total of 3. So I'm going to show you an example of that right here. So if I click this button right here, that says New Game Plus. I'm not going to name it anything. I'm just going to like edit it. Just empty project. And then I'm just going to go back to FlowLab. Over here, My Games. There you go. Now it's 1 of 3. Got new game here. If you're wondering why I open a new tab Flow game, it's because there isn't really much, like I have something at the bottom of my screen. Let me put that to the top. There we go. Here's the thing at the bottom right here. If you go to play, then you can go back to My Games, but I just went to a new tab. So I'm just going to go back to My Games. I'm going to create another new game. I'm going to go back to go empty project again, and then click play, back to my games. And there we go. You say 0 of 3 remaining. You're like, oh no, I'm out of space. But I'm just going to delete these two right here that I just made. Delete. Delete. Yes. Refresh. Oh, there it goes. And then delete. And refresh a page. So it says 0, 3. Yeah, there we go. It says 2 of 3 again, right there. So you just only have a total of 3 games overall. You're not limited to just 3 for everything. You just get to keep 3 saved. So if you create account, like if you create account and pay for it, then you get way more. But honestly, if you do have a computer you can install things on, well, I suggest trying like a different type of game engine. Like this is definitely better than Stencil for the free options, but try out Unity if you want to go on that adventure, Unreal, but it does take a bit to learn. While this right here is really easy to get into, so we can focus more on the design rather than all the complexities of the engine. Okay. So for the next part we're going to do here, I was just showing you that that you can create more games than just 3. You just only have 3 saved totally. But we're going to go ahead and click on New Game. And you get the screen here. So I click on New Game on the side and it gets Edit Game. And it takes you like, you have to wait for a little bit to load the next thing. And then it takes the part where it says like Empty Project and FlowLab Tutorial. We're going to go ahead and start with FlowLab Tutorial here so you can learn some of the basics of FlowLab. For this 11:15 session, I'm going to go a little bit beyond this part right here. I'm going to show you a tutorial and some more steps, while for the younger kids, we're just going to do FlowLab Tutorial and that's it. So go ahead, click OK, and it's like gives you like this really guided experience here. You guys can just follow along the guided or just, get ahead of me. And then as soon as you finish your tutorial, wait a little bit because I'm going to show you the next steps after that. So you got like a little setting here that says start here, settings, click on settings. And you have these options in here for like name of the game, the gravity. Gravity X is gravity from left to right. Gravity Y is from top to bottom. So if it's a positive number, it's a force going down. If it's a negative number, it's a force going up. So just picture gravity as something pushing things down or pushing things left, right, up. Depends how you want to do it. Now for this little tutorial here, it's asking us to set it to 48. There we go. And then there's the width and the height of the room. It's in tiles. Their tiles are kind of like 32 by 32 or 16 by 16. I don't know for sure yet. I haven't made art assets or art products files for this yet. So I'm assuming it's either 16 by 16 or 32 by 32, but I'm gonna click OK. There, I'm gonna click, it doesn't let you like click other things to like explain through things. So that's why I was gonna go a little bit further after the tutorial. Now, next it wants you to open levels. I'm just gonna go ahead and click open levels, choose a background color. I think this is just for the sky, so I'm just gonna try blue, or I can go purple, red. We don't have to, follow that what we see. We can like create some weird environments if we want. I'm just gonna go with like a medium purple. There we go. And then at the bottom, click OK. And then you can click anywhere. If you notice, the background's kind of like this giant grid. And if I hover over it, it's kind of hard to see. Like if I hover over this block right here, it says 12-1. That is tiles in X. So right here, 0, 0 for X and Y. X is just, for this is tiles from left to right. Y is tiles from top to bottom. So if I want to put something in a location, I usually want to start with 0, 0. But in this program here, instead of having like a tab on the side, you click on create things, you can just click anywhere and, oh, come on, it only lets me do it here. Oh, for the tutorial, it only wants you to do it in the magnifying glass area, only there. Okay, but in the other projects, it lets you create anywhere. But if I click on that spot right there, you get options to create or cancel. Let's go ahead and click create. And now it's asking me to change sprite. So here's where we can change like our object behaviors and stuff. So I'm going to click edit sprite, and then it wants me to choose browse, select category. I'm going to go down to tutorial. And it wants me to choose this top block right here. There we go. So that's how you can select blocks. FlowLab comes with a bunch of art files in it. I'm used to calling it assets. That's what we usually say in other programs. But here, I'm just gonna call it sprites. And they have a bunch for you that you use on hand, so you can spend more time on developing design rather than making them. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, I have to spend all this extra time doing all these side things. If you want to make your own art for this, you can go ahead and do that. Just if you do that while we're on like performing this webinar, you might fall behind because I'm not going to be doing that for this. So if you're done, just click OK. Here we go. And then rename ground, click OK. I will expand on what the difference between type and name later. So I'm just going to do ground there and click OK. And now it's giving us the option to duplicate. So I just click that and clone. And now you have like this option where you can like fill in the ground, some left clicking, fill in the ground. Of course, oh, hey, there we go. Now it's letting me click other things. You clicked on cloning. And then I'm just going to delete these others. Nope, it won't let me delete the others. Oh, well. I'm going to click right here and then click create. Now I'm going to do physics, make an object movable, back to properties, and click to change sprite, browse, select tutorial sprites, and it's going to have us choose a player. Click OK. And here we go. So after we've created our like image for a character right here, we have a thing called behaviors. Behaviors in here let you create movement in here. Behaviors in here are kind of like, if you ever heard of Unreal, it's kind of like blueprints from Unreal. It's kind of like Scratch, like blocks, like programming Blockly blocks, but a little bit more details to it. There's like way more to it than Scratch. It's kind of programmy, but still it's more of behavior logic flow rather than programming. And I want to point out here, there's a thing that says 4950. For the free accounts, you can only have 50 objects in here, but you can duplicate objects and be okay. So notice that says 49 to 50 remaining, while on the screen over here, I have way more than just 49 out of 50. So go ahead and click behaviors. And it's telling me to open behavior bundles, and click on that and click to add a default run and jump logic bundle. Now in here, like these behavior bundles, I'll have all our blocks connected together for us. Well, all these things up here are singular blocks. We have to connect to other things to get it to work. So I'm just going to click run and jump. There it is. I hope it'll let me double click on it. Yes, it did. So if I double click on it, you don't have to do this, just showing this. This is what the behavior looks like zoomed in with all these options here, where it's got a keyboard left and right, numbers and velocity and all this other stuff in here, which we'll be getting into in the upcoming weeks. So next we're going to click run and move the arrow keys and jump. Of course, I have this in the way right here. I'm just going to go. This is like when you click the play on the lower left, it's testing. So I'm just going to go. Let me just, I'm going to stop for a little bit and click OK. I'm going to go back to, okay, here. Won't let me do it. Testing, of course, because the story's skipping along, but I was going to go through a way to like hide that away. But when you're doing behaviors, you can test them in the lower light and move things left and right. Now I'm just going to click play. And it's left and light arrow keys is how this works. And then up to jump. There we go, running around. And there we go, we finished the tutorial. We made a very basic move around character and jump around. Now, there's a little fun thing here. Let me see if I can do it. No, I can go off screen, disappear. So it's not like a full game yet, but it gets us an idea of how FlowLab works. Now, if you guys have any questions, let me know. From this part on, I'm just gonna like wait a little bit. Maybe you guys are still working on the tutorial. Let me know if you're done with your tutorial and I can move on to the next part. Okay, one is done. Okay, you're both are done. Okay, good. So yeah, the tutorials are really, really easy to do. So I'm gonna go back and edit game just to get back into here. Now, this is what I was talking about, how we got the tile background and we can like move about anywhere. If I click anywhere, I can like create things at any spot around everywhere. And if I go from left to right, I'm in the negative numbers. If I go from the start of the screen and beyond, I'm positive numbers. If I go up beyond the top of the screen, you notice the right number is now negative. If I go below, it is positive. So in most game engines, 0, 0 is from the upper left. If you ever done any like slope graphs before, 0, 0 on the axis is usually on the bottom right left, and negative would be negative, y would be down, but to the right, x would be positive. So it's the same x, y's, but y is a bit different, where it starts up in here instead. And that's because people, like when they're designing these engines and making games, is that they wanted to draw things from the upper left of the screen. See, a lot of these engines are made from people who read left to right, top to bottom. So like United States, England, various such, where you want to look through top to right. Now, it's really interesting that some engines, Japan, it starts from the upper right and then go down to the lower left. But ever since developers around the world started working together, it all switched to the upper left to like normalize it, to make it like a standard across and won't have any confusion. So when you place things, you can like give it X and Y. Now here it's not by pixel, it's by tile. So 1, 2, 3, 2 X tile, 0 Y. You notice it starts with 0, 0 instead of 1. So in programming, there's a thing called arrays that stores data of multiple things and usually starts on 0 instead of 1. So 0 is 1 in programming, while 1 is 1 in just, mathematics, but here, it's just taking that first spot in there. Okay, so if I want to delete something, I just left click on it and I get all these other options like edit, clone, delete, and I can delete these things here. I'm just going to delete all of these. Now you're thinking, why can't I just, click multiple things and delete it? Fortunately, it doesn't let you. Oh, I'm in cloning right now. Done. Oops. It doesn't let you select multiple things and delete it. It's kind of does, kind of doesn't. It's just kind of, a free program there. Another thing you do is you can left click on things and just, you notice I can't move them at all. Let me go back to edit. If I click on it, I can't move it about unless I create a copy. So if I click edit, then edit. There we go. Now let me do it. If I hold left, it's kind of, this little thing, the interface is a little weird, but I click cancel. So if I left click here and I click cancel and I click again, then I can move it. See, I click on this little cube right here, click cancel, and then I can move it. Click on the cube here, cancel, then I can move it. So it's not very user-friendly, but it's still pretty good for what we get being free. So I'm gonna go to the bottom right here with settings. I'm gonna click on settings, and here is where I can type in game name, like first game. You kind of want to name them all so when you come back to it later, you remember what it is. And you've got gravity X, gravity Y, width. So if I grab this, it makes it longer with a max of 32, minimum of 4. So 32 blocks wide for minimum for blocks wide. And you're wondering, why can't I make it bigger than 32 by 32? If you notice, I'm gonna click cancel here. If I click play, it only lets us play our games within Flow Labs website. You have to pay for it to export it, but these are essentially kind of like Flash games that we're making here, so it has to run off the web, kind of. It's not exactly that, mostly. And this is just their like free way to be like, here, this is how you can test your game without paying us any money right here. So it's easy, quick to test if you're like working on a tablet or something, but you can't like really share it physically with people, but you can send people website links to try it out. But for like just transferring it over to files, it's only through the web. Go back to edit here. So because of that, their limit for the size they said is 32. And click OK and play. There it is, 32. So that's the widest they want it, set it for their website. There, they don't want you to make it much bigger than this. But I want to point something out in here. This here, the height and width here, we're going to go into this later, but width and height here is actually the camera width and height, not the actual physical room. So if you played old school pixel games before, where like the screen kind of pans over as you move the room, so we can actually make our like levels really, really big. It's just this is the camera size. The reason why I'm saying camera because it's the view, so it's the view size max there. Click OK here and play again is this. But I can totally have a level way, way bigger than all of this here. Back to edit game. Yeah. And all of these tabs here, well, almost all of them have an advanced option. Oops. I go to settings here and I can click on advanced here. And I can do more things, like I can make it multiplayer. I have to set up some behaviors for that. Physics drag, so if I want to make walking feel a little bit heavier, I can change that. Little upgrade options there we can't really use yet. I'm gonna just bring this back down to 10 by 10 here. So first I'm gonna show you guys the difference of walking around with a drag. So my character is slightly slower to walk around now. And I'm gonna go to edit game, settings. I'm gonna change the gravity to showcase something. 0, and change this to 10. So this is gonna push my character to the right. And I'm just gonna clone these real quick so my character doesn't fly off the screen. So edit, there we go. You see my character go flowing to the right. And if I press right now, it makes my character jump. Or fly off the screen if I keep going. Oh, and my character just doesn't come back down from vertical because I switched the gravity. I'm going to switch it back now. I could try a diagonal gravity, but I'm just going to keep this for now. Click OK, and it saves. If you want to edit any of your characters, you can go to library, and right in here you see ground, the block you created. If you only have the block once in your scene, or you're in a different level and you want to bring a block back, you can just go to library and click on it, click OK. Nope, that's not what I want. Click on it, there it is, add to level, that's where it is. Add to level, and you get the option to place that block. There we go. Done. It takes you to cloning thing. And you can also edit the block here. Now I'm gonna go through the names in here. You notice there's a thing called type right here. That's just, you know, a type of object. I'm gonna go ahead and just create a new object in here, just temporary. There's a thing called type and name. So type is the grouping of the object. This is something we're gonna be referring to in programming. Well, making behaviors, not exactly kind of logic flow when we're making behaviors. We want to, like, sometimes we want to name, say, hey, with my characters on the ground, make sure they can jump off of it. And when they jump off the ground, make sure you can only jump once off the ground and not jump infinity after that. So it's going to look for an object called ground, and that's this type right here. But if I have different textures between these and want to edit a specific block within that category, I can search it for the name, like grass block. It's a type of ground, and a specific name is grass block. And when I duplicate it, it's going to add numbers to it. It'll be like grass block 1, grass block 2, grass block 3. That is to make this very specifically individual, so you know which exactly object is in your game for you to locate that specific one. So it would be more programming stuff, type, less stuff on name. And of course, you can create behaviors, unique behaviors and stuff, make it multiplayer. Display order is just if you want it display in front of something, behind something, like what you want to show up first. And I'm gonna click OK. I'm just gonna click on this and edit, and click edit sprite. This engine right here also has a little editor for sprites. So I can grab a pencil in here. I can grab that color and I can draw on the screen. And you notice I can't draw off the sides here, only in this area. It's because its max size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What? 15. I'm counting the exact pixels here, so it's probably 16 by 16. It is 15. Wow, that's weird. So it's 15 by 15 pixels. It's usually 16 by 16. That's something to do with bit sizes. I'm not going to go into that, but bit sizes are usually in 4s. So it's weird, it's in 15. I'm like, huh? But yeah, you can edit through here. You got an eraser. You can move things around in here. You can flip it, undo it, delete it. You can make it snap the grid. You can change the grid color right in here. You can, yeah, just basic, paint things that you can do in here. Or you can always go through a browse and go through a gallery and, go through the different objects that we have here. That's loading. So we don't have to spend so much time, making it. And you just click on it and it makes it to that. Or you can upload, choose file, and upload your own sprites that you created from another program onto here so you can make it uniquely yours. You can also make something here and download it so you can keep it safe. If you want to do make something really cool in here, it's up to you. And there's a little thing on the upper left right here. You can tile the thumbnail if you want to see how it looks multiplied, stuff like that. I'm just gonna click OK. I have a new behavior. There's behavior windows. I'm not going to go into that. There's physics. You can make things solid, movable. So if you remember earlier in our tutorial, for some strange reason, we did movable first, then the character. So you want to make it movable, got to have that selected. If you don't want things to go through it, got to make it solid. If you want it to rotate, enable rotation. And then it's got you want to make it super bouncy or make it when it's against something, it's hard to it to run off. Density for space, no, heavy. I think it's for heaviness right there. Not sure exactly. Forward direction for sending stuff. Collision shapes right here. Automatic collision shapes that we don't have to make, but it's there. And such. I'm going to be going through these more detailed later. So something to do for fun in here. You can go ahead and spend some time designing our level out for this little simple platformer here. Let's see, there's game levels in the library. So I'm just going to show you game levels for a little bit and just start designing a level in here. So game levels right here. You got level 1, color, load, and this little plus right here. That click load, it loads that level right there. If you want to add a new level, we can only have 5 levels on our free game engine, unfortunately. So you can use this to more to learn, but still free. It's nice. I can click new level. I can give it a name here. Level 2. Give it a different color, like purple background, and click OK. And go back to levels and load. And it takes me to that different level there. And then I can load back in here. Now here, this is the order in the levels that show up. So 1 for the first one, 2 for the next. You of course have to create a behavior to change it. But if I click plus here, you notice level 1 just went down, level 2 just went up. I'm gonna click minus here, level 1 just back up. And click OK. Okay, there you go. So that is mostly all the basics of editing this. There's still way more to it. Like if I click on my character right here, come on, cancel. There we go. And edit, then go behaviors. And I could try all this different stuff here. Behavior bundles. There's this little one called dangerous. It's an alert for when we collide things. Okay. I'm gonna go click OK. Back to behaviors. If I want to delete a behavior, I can left click on it. Gives me the option to delete. Okay. But yeah, that's basically most of the basics in here. For the upcoming weeks, we're going to go through different behavior types. This today was mostly more of introduction to the engine. I'm just going to go through and design a space. I'm not going to show you guys how to make a camera move in here yet. I'm going to go ahead and delete these other things in here and start thinking about how I want to design a space for a platformer. And that involves to left click everything and delete it one by one. And that involves, thinking as you do, think of a designer with your first platformer. We're gonna go more into platforming next week. But with your first platformer, you wanna think about, for your first level, you wanna make it easy, maybe, or maybe super hard. Maybe, I don't know if you guys ever heard Dark Souls before, but maybe you wanna make it like absurdly hard right at the beginning and be all about getting super good at this hard game. Or you make, want to sell a lot of your game, want everyone to play it, you ease people in with some fun usability in here. So I just went to my settings and made the room a lot wider. I'm going to change my sky color to a light blue because I want it, oops, I lost my character there. Maybe a darker blue. I still lost my character, I'll just keep it that way. Yeah, you also sometimes want to think about accessibility, like maybe someone who has difficulty seeing some colors will not have an easy, fun time playing this game, and they can't really see their character very well. So as you start laying your level, you want to think about all the possibilities, like, are my players going to do this? Are my players going to do that? Is my player going to run into a pixel right here and somehow glitch through the level? Do I want that? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I want to keep it. Okay. So here's my little beginner area right here. And then, of course, I can go through the library. I got ground 2. I'm going to make a new block. Or actually, I'm going to edit ground 2 and change it to a different thumbnail. What do we have in our tutorial? Well, we got little bushes, little blocks to jump onto. There's a grass block. Little character animations, little blob enemies and their spikes, water, mushroom. You click OK there. You click OK again. Library, add this, add to level. There's my grass block. So you think about the first jump characters are going to have. I am going to put that here. I'm going to done cloning so I can delete these first few blocks here. Looks like I accidentally overlaid a lot of these blocks. Here we go. I'm going to grab this and click cancel. Hold left click down so I can move it. There's my first jump. Play to test. So every time when it comes to adding things, I wouldn't do this for individual blocks, but every time you add a new behavior, a new function, a new level, new character, always test your project when you add something new like that. Don't have to do it with every single pixel, but with bigger things like a new platform or new level or new door, new room to go through. You want to test it so you can easily track what went wrong. If something went wrong and you did a lot of changes in your project and you go back to test it and you find there's lots of things wrong, it'll be very difficult for you to go back and go through each little thing and try to figure out how to fix it, versus if you test, very often, you'll be able to find your bug a lot quicker and fix it. So I'm making a character here, jumping around. Of course, there's a little fun thing here that's going on where if I hold on to this wall right here, the left arrow key and the up arrow key, my character stays stuck in there. If I let go of the left arrow key, my character falls down. Can't get back up. So there's some weird behavior things going here. It could be a bug or a feature. That's the thing we like to do sometimes in game development, turn bugs into features and be like, oh, that's something cool. So I made my first platform here. I'm just going to click clone and make another platform here that's going up. And I'm going to do one right here. It's really high up. Maybe my character go over it. My character, I guess, is 15 by 15. No, my character is 16 by 16. How would I know that? I can see the tiny little pixels of its feet coming up right below. It's kind of hard to see. It's got pixels right underneath there. So I'm like, oof, there it is. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring that there, bring that there. You might wonder, why haven't you put things down yet? I'm gonna use this block to cover up the space in there. And then I'm gonna make a block right there. There we go. And done cloning. And grab this one, clone. There we go. So another one thing I want to point out, if I hold left click right here for a long time, now let go done cloning, and click on it, delete, we're okay. It only has one instance of that block, but if I click right here and click clone, it'd make little circles right here, click done cloning, click right here, delete. Oh, it didn't do that. Okay, so what happens, sometimes it overlays the blocks and like you delete one, there's a bunch underneath. So that can happen sometimes. It didn't happen there, which is great. So I'm just gonna clone here, bring these down, bring this out. I'm gonna test out some of that wall climbing, like that weird stick thing and where it's stuck on the side of the like block right here. I'm gonna try that out and see what happens. Okay, and done cloning, play. Just gonna have my character jump around. Oh, there's that. What? Oh, we're good. Jumping right here, and there it is. Oh, nope, I fell down. Edit game. I was seeing if it'll let me slide down a little, but no, it didn't. Nope. Edit game, play to reset. I could do program behavior that lets me reset it quicker. Where like I die and I respawn, but we're not gonna be doing that yet. So jump over here, jump, jump, jump. To be honest, I would design it a way where I don't get stuck in the sides because it's kind of annoying to like try to jump on these stairs. It may be a different button for wall climbing, but this right here, I'm just like, oh, that's not good. So yeah, think about, as you test out your game, think about what do I like about this and what I don't like about this. Maybe you can find this one. Maybe you like that feeling. You want to try that out. So I'm going to go on this wall again here, and I'm going to look over the left arrow key. Back, up. There we go. So there we go. Jumping up, just pressing jump up. Oh, nope. Trying to do a little wall climbing here. Almost got it. Almost there. No. Almost. Come on. No. I got it like since, no. Darn. I'm gonna try one more time there to get my character to the top. Jumping over, jump, 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 jump. There we go. On the top, jump, 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 jump. Almost there. I can do it. Oh, yes, got it. I'm on top now. And jump. Oh, nope. Can't make that jump. There we go. I'm going to try. I'm going to do it again. Jump up. Now, even though I'm having a little bit of fun testing that myself, I kind of find it a little bit annoying to have to do it over and over again. So I would probably properly make a wall climbing mechanic rather than using this little glitch that's going on. I did make a wall climbing game once in the past where I had this glitch like this, but it was a lot smoother where since the walls, okay, I'm gonna give the logic here. Remember the logic earlier where I talked about on ground versus not on ground? So a lot of old platforming games have this thing where if you press jump, you can like press it over and again, it makes you fly in the air. Looks like this behavior already doesn't solve that problem. Perfectly fine, so you don't have to worry about that. But later on, you'll see this next week where you can jump into Affinity, but here we don't have that. So you think about, okay, so that's because you have this little thing called true false, where if you're on ground, you can jump. When you're off ground, you can't jump. So I'm on ground, I can jump, and when I'm in the air, I can't jump at all, only when I'm touching the ground. So the sides of these blocks are also called ground. Anything around these blocks are ground. So if I'm touching the side of this block, I'm able to jump multiple times. A while ago when I made like my first platformer a long time ago, I had this like affinity, like I had that, but when I was off the sides, jumping off of it, I was able to affinity jump forever. So it made it a lot easier for my character just to flow up to the sides rather than this weird stop and go thing. That's probably with of how they set up their true and false statement. No. Okay. I'm just gonna make this a little bit shorter, so I won't have to deal with trying to do as much to get to the top here. Legging. There we go. Jump. I'm gonna try to make that final jump over there. And nope. Almost got it. No. I'm gonna fall down. Oh, nope, I got it. Oh. And also could be that friction that's happening. I'm gonna go to level settings, advance. Yeah, that physics drag. I'm gonna switch it back to 0.2. Oh, won't let me do 0.2. I'm just gonna keep it at 0 then. Play. That's something I kind of did earlier. That's at 0, and it makes it a lot easier for me to jump. Nope, it doesn't. Never mind. I guess I did a good job that time. Jump. Nope. Wow. Failed the first jump. I'm gonna get this. Jump. Yeah. So yeah, you can try like all these different things. And we're not gonna be making just platforming games with FlowLab. Even though FlowLab, oh, I don't think it's possible for me to get to the end. Even though FlowLab starts with like platformers, you can like manipulate it to do different things. So we're gonna, upcoming weeks, we're gonna make a platformer. We're gonna make let me scroll down a little bit more. I have to look through this. Yeah, platformer, then a space game where you're driving around shooting things, and then a top-down RPG where you can go up to people, talk to them, and fight enemies around. That'll be the final thing there for things. So we're gonna make 3 different types of games: platformer, space game, and a top-down RPG. Just to, give yourselves the overall like basics of different type of games that are very popular out there. Now that's not all the basic types. There's, puzzles and such, and trying to think of others like first-person shooters. That's another type of basic game you see a lot of out there. Micromanaging games, from kind of like top down, but you're managing all these different resources to do stuff. Mining games, those are like combination games usually. Various things like that. But if you guys have any questions, you can ask right away. Otherwise, we are done for today. Today was just the basics. Next week, we're going to go into the first part of our platforming. It's going to be, here we go, in 3 parts. Oh, I can't make that jump. But it's in 3 parts. And we're going to dive into making behaviors and logic. It will help us learn a little bit more coding, but also focus more on our design. So yeah, if you got no questions, we're done for today. I'm going to give this about 1 more minute and we will end. And I'll see you guys next week. I'm just going to hang out here for a little bit for questions. Or maybe you guys can try. No! Okay, that's doable. That one is doable. I was just bad. Sometimes as a designer, you have to think, maybe I'm just a bad gamer, but it's okay. Everyone has different levels of skill. And I think I told Make Heck Build this before. That's our team program here, that I'm just straight up bad at platformers, but I'm good at like the tactic and strategy games. When I was younger, I used to be a lot better at platformers. No, almost there. But I don't play platformers as much as I used to. Ah, Duncan says, thank you, DoSpace. Yeah, thank you, Duncan, for coming in and watching. Join us. I don't know if you saw it, but my character went through the blocks there. That's a fun glitch. But yeah, that is it for today. Have a good afternoon, everyone. And if you have any siblings, we'll start with the 6 to 10-year-olds webinar, after school webinar at, I have to remember the times, 4:35? Yes, 4:35 p.m. Okay. Good. Have a good afternoon, everyone.